Welcome back to Choose Purposeful. Today we reach the true finale of our story. We are opening the epilogue of Where the Creek Bends, the calculus of a life. For the last 14 weeks, we have walked together through devastating loss. We have survived the initial frantic panic. We've sat in the cold, tedious winter of mending and learned how to stitch our lives back together. We learned how to build a garden around the heaviest stones in our field. But today we close the book on Rolli and Mildred's story. We're going to look at the beautiful, wide open horizon of a life that has been completely and purposefully chosen. The epilogue brings us to a quiet porch on a starry evening. Rolli and Mildred look out over the water, not as people who have forgotten their loss, but as people who have been fortified by it. The world tries to measure us by our blunt instruments, rulers, scales, and ledgers. By those metrics, a widow and a boy with patched trousers might seem like paupers. But the creek knows a truer arithmetic. It knows the vastness of a spirit cannot be quantified. Mildred has learned that one does not replace a mountain that has fallen into one's life. One learns to build a home in its shadow. And Rolli, he has become a cartographer of character, a mender of what has been broken. They have discovered that their wealth is not in what they've kept, but in the sacred mathematics of resilience, love, and the slow, sure mending of a spirit. They have faced the dawn, and they have found a peace that was earned, not given. True wealth isn't found in what we've lost, but in the courage to face each new dawn. The pain of the past eventually softens into a memory, and the wounds that once bled become navigation points that steer our lives. If you are wondering how to carry your own history forward, use the toolkit together. Stop. Stop letting the world's flawed calculus define your worth and value. Your value is not in your ledger, it's in your spirit. Look at the sacred mathematics of your own life. The friendships you've forged, the nets you've mended, the gardens you've grown in the shadows of stones. Listen to the melody of your survival. Even if it sounds weathered, it is a vital part of your eternal music. Feel the absolute freedom of knowing that your adventures are not over, that you have not just survived, but you have fortified a beautiful life. When I return again to the next series, we will launch a new phase of Choose Purposeful, diving deeper into how the journey will really work beyond. We are going to take a look deeper at the Stop, Look, Listen, Feel toolkit and make it part of our daily practice. We'll spend 11 or 12 more weeks mastering the art of the pause, facing our shadows, trading our defensive fortresses for gardens of growth, learning how to rewrite the narrative of our own lives. From failing gloriously to evaluating our inner circles, finding our own whispering creeks, we will eventually learn how to write our next chapters of life with absolute intentional action. Thank you for trusting me on this journey, for opening your hearts to Rolli and Mildred, and for showing up every single week to do the work of mending. I am incredibly excited to see you all in the next phase when we kick that off. We will be talking about what could be. We'll stop talking about what could be and start building what will be. We're moving from the story into the strategy, the practical daily application of a purposeful life. May you no longer be a spectator of your own life, but the courageous author of every page that follows. May you stop measuring your worth by the world's scales and start trusting the true arithmetic of your own heart. And may you walk into the next season of your life with the steady hand of a master fisherman, choosing exactly where you are going and perfectly at peace with the journey you have chosen. Stop, look, listen, feel, choose. Do the work, practice gratitude, harness peace, and always choose purposeful. Thanks again for following me on this journey. See you next time.